Hello, so this is my audience for today. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Buenas tardes, ¿cómo están ustedes? ¿Bien? ¿Me escuchan? Okay. From hearing this conversation, how much have you understood? Today I'd like to talk to you about learning a second language. As a bilingual student, I believe it's important for people to know more than one language. College students and adult learners should be encouraged to learn a second language, to overcome problems of knowing only one language, to know the solutions of these problems, and to know the benefits of learning a second language. Let's begin by reviewing what kind of problems can occur by learning only one language. So there are several problems from knowing only one language. First, less students are taking foreign language by the time they go into college. The reason they tend to think this way is because it can be costly or it can take too much time and effort to learn a new language. Well, according to a study by Kathleen Moore and her colleagues, adult learners have difficulty in learning a new language because they focus too much on how the language works. Unlike children who pick up the language quickly through memory and social encounters, just because it is more difficult to learn a new language does not mean it should discourage you from learning one. It can also be difficult to overcome language barriers in the work field and in other areas of a person's life. Many people use languages to help them in the work field. So when I was going on a mission trip with a class to Ecuador, one of the problems that we have faced over there was a language barrier. Luckily, some of the students in my class, including myself, were able to overcome this problem because we knew Spanish and were able to communicate with both groups. Another reason why knowing one language can be a problem is because we are losing opportunities to connect to other cultures. According to Susan Lee, Cheryl Solomon Hill, and Sandra Thompson from the BMC of International Health and Human Rights, there are some challenges when working with culturally linguistic diverse groups, which can cause exclusion from communities. From knowing only one language, it can be difficult to communicate to others, and we tend to separate. In another study, according to the National Standards of Foreign Language Project, one of the ultimate goals of studying a foreign language is to better understand different cultures. In this study, students were given a specialized test to help them learn Spanish and to see if they learned more about the Hispanic culture. By the end of that study, the students were not only able to improve their Spanish, but improve their knowledge of the Hispanic culture. Now that we have looked at the different problems of knowing only one language, let's look at the solutions to encourage you on the journey of knowing or learning a new language. There are many solutions to help you learn a new language. Some of these include music, language apps, and TV shows. According to another study involving singing in foreign language, one of the main findings that the researchers have found is that singing is a more effective learning condition than either speaking or rhythmic speaking. In an article by Stephanie Grosboom, she suggests some affordable ways to learn a new language, such as language apps of Duolingo, TED Talks, and podcasts. You can also learn a new language in college. In college, students are given an opportunity or an environment to help them stay consistent and practice the language of their choosing. In college, students also have teachers to help correct and polish the language that they are learning. The goal of learning a new language is to stay consistent and to surround yourself in the language. According to Cristina Garcia and Beatrice Ferrando, from the REMIE, Multidisciplinary Journal of Educational Research, motivation is considered to be one of the determining factors for effective learning in any context, and this includes learning new languages. So in that same study, teachers were choosing to show videos to students to learn a new language. So one school showed that teachers give videos to the students every day, while other schools were choosing to show the students the videos to help them learn a new language every other day or less than that. From these results, teachers would ask the students if they felt anxious or afraid whenever they were asked to answer questions. For the schools who showed videos as a learning tool every single day, students were less anxious to show whenever they're called upon the teacher. So, what I'm trying to say is, you want to try to supplement your learning by being exposed to the people and culture, whether it's online or in real life. Now that we have looked over the solutions of learning a second language, let's look at its benefits. There are many benefits to learning a new language. It can be a good workout for your brain. Although, as we age and grow older, it can be more challenging to learn new languages. But in a study involving adult language learners, done by Kara Morgan-Short and her colleagues, research has shown that adult learners can indeed attain a native-like brain processing, and high proficiency levels. By learning a second language, you can open new opportunities. These include being more likely to obtain a job and to overcome language barriers. You can also have more opportunities to learn other cultures through learning new languages. Before I end this speech, let us go over what we have learned. So, in conclusion, students and adult learners should be encouraged to learn a new language to overcome different challenges of knowing only one language, to apply the solutions mentioned today, and to understand the benefits of learning a second language. Learning a new language can be difficult at times, but try to think of it as an investment to benefit you and those around you. Do we have any questions?
Yes, how is the better way to learn any language?
Well, as mentioned today, through the solutions, a good way to learn new languages is to stay consistent and to surround yourself in that language, whether it's through TV shows, music, or podcasts, or any of the sorts. Any other questions?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
In this video, I like to show my setup. This is my lectern. This is where I've placed my laptop for my presentation. And I used my outline as my notes. Here. Okay. Thank you.